Hey gang, Ross Brand here for livestreamuniverse.com. It's been a while since I've done a brief update, but wanted to talk about a video that I saw earlier today. Pat Flynn did a video in which he tested 3 microphones and purportedly was going to tell us what is the best podcast microphone under $75 for USB input into your computer. And he did a really nice job in comparing 3 microphones. He unboxed them, he tested them, explained their strengths and weaknesses. It was really well done. The 3 mics that he chose to talk about were the ATR 2100. That's a lot of podcasters and live streamers use. It's a very nice entry-level microphone. He also tested this microphone here in the similar price range, in a similar microphone to the ATR 2100. This is the Samson Q2U microphone that I've been using for the last 2 years. I've also tested the ATR 2100 here as well. The third microphone he tried was the Blue Snowball, which does a fine job in reproducing his voice nicely, clearly. The problem is it's a condenser microphone, so it's going to pick up a lot of room noise. So it's really not a podcasting or live streaming microphone, no matter how it's being marketed. They are Skype partners, and it's a great microphone if you have a group of people sitting around the table, you're doing a business conference call, something like that, or you just need to be away from the mic, and it's not for broadcast or podcast purposes. That is a fine mic to use. So for those purposes, it's a good mic, but as a condenser mic, the Blue Snowball picks up far too much room noise. That hum, that hiss is in there. It's not pleasant sounding when somebody listens to it on a podcast. So you're really down to 2 microphones. And when Pat did his test, it sounded to me, and he seemed to come to the conclusion that this microphone was, as he called it, was bassier. Now, I think that this microphone, the Samson Q2U, compared to the ATR 2100, at least for my voice, and I concluded the same thing for Pat's voice in the video, is the best podcast microphone under $75. Now, Pat, even though the evidence seemed to suggest that, and even though from what I heard and what he said during his initial test, that seemed to be where it was going, he didn't come to that conclusion. He said, go with either one, the ATR 2100 or the Samson Q2U, which is fine advice. But I think you can clearly argue, again, from watching what I saw and from listening to it and from my own experience using both microphones, that the Samson is the superior microphone. It has a warmer and louder sound. Although I'm close to the microphone, I'm not up on it like this, which is how Pat really had to test the ATR 2100 in order to get a fuller sound that he wanted. And when you're right up that close to either one of the microphones, I would say that the ATR 2100 is slightly clearer, whereas if you get too close to this microphone, it will get a little distorted at the edges, at the top, the upper and lower margins of your range. But overall, if you have good mic technique, you can be close to this mic without being too close to it, which means let's say about 3 to 4 fingers from it. I think I think that's the best way I could describe it. But I find that this is warmer. It's got a stronger sound, a little bit bassier sound, which gives it a little bit more of that sort of radio broadcast sound, which I think is good for podcasting. Again, neither one of these mics are going to compare to a $300 or $400 mic running through an outstanding audio interface, and if you're doing post-production, that's a whole nother level. But for somebody who's getting started podcasting or live streaming, or just doesn't really want to spend that much money on their setup, This mic is a terrific mic. I have no relationship with Samson. I've been talking about their mic for the 2 years that I've been using it. I've never so much as gotten a retweet from them or a thank you or anything else. So there is no incentive for me to talk about this other than I just wanted to come out and say that this is the conclusion I reached, and Pat didn't want to go there for whatever reason. It was a really well done comparison. I'm going to put a link to his video. I think anyone looking at an inexpensive mic to buy should watch his video and check out the different sound tests that he does. He shows you the unboxing and you get to see it. But compared to the ATR 2100, which I feel is it's a thinner sound, it's a colder, tinnier sound. It just isn't as warm and as, I don't know, it just doesn't have the same presence to me as this mic does. It's not as pleasing to listen to when I listen to both the ATR 2100 and the Samson Q2U. So although they are very close, I do think that this is the better of the two mics, and so that's my 2 cents on which is the best podcast mic under $75. Anyway, hope this helps somebody who might be juggling which one to buy. I love it. I'm going to put a link for this mic as well in the description or below in the comments. And you can check out Pat's video, check out this mic. It also sells for less right now, as Pat mentioned in his video, than the ATR 2100. So I not only think it's a better mic, but it's cheaper, and it sells for less. Also, I had the experience with the ATR 2100, and I've heard this from other people. It doesn't smell good. I mean, it smells really bad. It depends which one you get. You might get one that's fine, but I know people who've gotten them and they've smelled really bad. And so if you need to be really close to that mic to get the sound you want, that's another inhibitor, at least for me, for using that microphone. Well, anyway, thanks for sticking with us, and we will talk to you again. I'm Ross Brand from livestreamuniverse.com. Have a great day, everybody.